Okay, so this will be one of the last videos I make regarding Dragon Ball Super ending, unless there's some other big update of like some sort of sequel. In regards to like news, we got a pretty big one here, and this is once again for all the naysayers, because even after 2 videos, a lot of people have made videos as well throughout the community telling people like, yo, it's done, you know what I'm saying? There's no confirmation of hiatus any which way. A lot of people have still attacked and attacked and attacked because either they believe based on some speculation or whatever the case may be, but we know for the most part, yeah, Dragon Ball Super, it's wrapping up production, you know what I'm saying? March is the last month, starting in April, it's being replaced or whatever the case may be, and now somebody from Fuji TV, which this is really big, and I'm glad that this came out because, I mean, come on, if you don't believe this, then I don't know what planet you're living on regarding Dragon Ball Super is ceasing production. Now, it doesn't mean that we won't get another series, it doesn't mean that they ain't just taking a break, but as of right now, only thing confirmed is it's over, which I've stated multiple times in many videos, but somebody from Fuji TV came out and clarified what's happening with Dragon Ball Super as it stands right now, and once again, he said pretty much everything that we know, so let's read it real quick and we'll talk some more, but again, I'm just glad that this is from Fuji TV, where Dragon Ball Super airs. If you don't believe this, I can't help you. They asked him, is Dragon Ball Super ending? And Fuji TV, the man from Fuji TV, said, yes, the series presently on air will end here for now. They said, really? So it's not just changing to another time slot, which that's a big one. A lot of people said, oh, it's just changing time slots. You don't know what you're talking about. So they're asking from Fuji TV, maybe it's changing time slots. And they said, at present, it is ending. Beyond that, it is still undecided. So yeah, in the future, we don't know if it's completely done or we're going to make more or whatever we're going to do. But as it stands right now, it's over. It's not changing time slots. He continues. That means that the universe survival arc will wrap up, them asking him. Fuji TV man said, that's right, the universe survival arc will conclude at the end of March. So by the end of March, we'll get the final episodes of the Tournament of Power, wrapping up Dragon Ball Super as it stands. And lastly, they asked him and said, will there be a sequel? The big burning question on everybody's minds right now. And the man or the rep from Fuji TV said, currently, it is undecided, so there is nothing I can tell you, but when something is decided, we will put out a press release. So, as of right now, there is no sequel. Doesn't mean that, you know, a year from now, 6 months from now, 2 years from now, they might change their minds. Again, there's a lot of things that go into this. First of all, they gotta write a story that people are gonna give a shit about, and I'm sure Toriyama, despite, you know, the jokes that we make, he thought of these things, and maybe he just doesn't have nothing else right now. Maybe they don't want to work on this right now because it's a very taxing project alongside working on big series that they have. Aside from this, Toei Animation also has One Piece, Precure, and so many different things, and then to be working on a Dragon Ball movie alongside a TV series, maybe this is just a task that they don't have the manpower to do, and they said, you know what, screw it, we'll take a break. And again, I think after the movie, there's a huge possibility that we can move forward with the story even after the events of the end of Z, because a lot of people remember, and by the way, that's not confirmed or anything, you know what I'm saying? That's just something that I think would be the best move, or one of the best moves, because Dragon Ball Super takes place in between the time skip and the end of Z, so technically we got to get past Z, get introduced to Oob, which I think there were signs for a while that this was going to be the final arc. A lot of us just didn't, you know, see it because we're like, hey, it's really successful. I mean, there were a couple of things where I once said last year, I believe, that there's a possibility it could end, and people were like, no. I was like, all right, whatever, yeah, you're probably right, you know what I'm saying? It is making money, but then, of course, this came and it's just crazy. But then, of course, this came and, you know, Dragon Ball Super is done. It could have something huge in the future, but as of right now, no time slot change, no sequel, no hiatus confirmation. It's just completely over, and they're trying to decide what they want to do in the future, if they're going to carry on with Super, do a whole new Dragon Ball story. Honestly, with a lot of the options that are out there, I personally would like just a continuation of the story, whether it be after Super or after Z, before GT, pretending that GT never happens or some shit like that. I'd be totally fine with it, to be honest with you. I think that that would be pretty interesting, because looking at Dragon Ball Super and the problems that we've had with it, and a lot of things of looking at it, it's like, okay, well, we've been told that basically this is going to end with the ending of Z. So no matter what happens, we're looking at these characters that they're not dying. You know what I'm saying? Universe 7, for example, they're surviving the Tournament of Power. When they went up against Goku Black, they're surviving against Goku Black. Going after Z and them saying, you know what, GT is a what if story. This is another what if story. This is the main what if story, so to speak. This is actually what happens to our heroes, and GT is just like, oh, it could have happened or whatever, and it could make bold possibilities where we could get stuff like Goku, or not necessarily Goku, let's stop that route, but we could get like, I don't know, Goten could turn evil, or Goten, well, people would hate that, you know, Goku Black is Goten shit, but you know what I'm saying, just so many different things that they could do. They could kill off characters, they could make people go bad if they decided to go that route again. Like, they could do the original what Toriyama wanted to do, making Piccolo the Majin and Piccolo evil. There's many possibilities that they could go about, again, getting out of that structure of being stuck with the end of Z being the ultimate ending, and this essentially being a sequel and prequel at the same time to Dragon Ball Z, which is kind of weird. Or I don't even know if you would say sequel because it's inside of the series, but you get what I'm saying. So, just wanted to give you guys this video with more confirmation from ahead of Fuji TV that, hey, Dragon Ball Super, it's ceasing production. I hate to say it. I am saddened as hell, I ain't gonna lie. Since this news broke, I kind of been bummed because this is what I love to do on my Saturday nights. You know, some people, they like to do whatever. Some people, they like to go out partying and dancing. I like to chill out and watch some Dragon Ball Super, so definitely saddened by this, but again, we gotta face reality, just like I've said with every other series, and Dragon Ball Super is coming to an end. But the thing about it is, just because Dragon Ball Super is coming to an end, doesn't mean that Dragon Ball is coming to an end, because Dragon Ball, in and of itself, as a franchise, always comes out with new things all the time. It's making too much money. They just made the Dragon Room. If you guys remember, not that long ago, probably a year ago, Toriyama made a statement saying, yo, it's practically like I don't gotta do anything anymore. There's the Dragon Room now, where they're coming up with all these ideas. Dragon Ball's making tons and tons of money for Shueisha and all the people over there, so why in the blue hell would they put down their cash cow? It's just a matter of, let's see what we can do next. I hope they don't go the Dragon Ball Heroes route. I'd support it regardless. I'd watch it regardless. Again, I want something that's really solidifying as canon, or something where it's like, who knows, maybe they could do a Kid Vegeta spin-off series and travel through Kid Vegeta's time. It'd be interesting. It wouldn't be as exciting as Super, but I would be fine with that, just being honest. So there's something there, but either way, it's kind of like, just, hey, there it is. Dragon Ball Super is indeed ending. Kind of curious what you guys think about a couple of things. For starters, them saying, as of right now, there is no sequel, but there could be. What would you want that sequel to be? Maybe I'll do a full-on discussion theory of what I would want it to be. Do you want it to happen after the end of Z? Do you want it to happen after the end of GT? Do you want a backstory anime? Maybe Kid Vegeta when he was traveling with Nappa and destroying different planets, and it'll end with Vegeta showing up, you know, against Goku or something like that. Maybe that could be an idea there. Or you want Dragon Ball Heroes. Maybe you want them to do Trunks time patrol thing from Xenoverse. What would you like to happen if they continued on? Again, I think the smartest idea would be to continue on in that fashion of being in the realm of Z. Don't go to GT at all, which I doubt that they'll do anyway. They want to kind of forget GT and push it aside. But yeah, and quickly, just to jump in and throw my 2 cents in with the manga, nothing is confirmed as of right now with the manga, but I'm almost 100% certain once the manga wraps up the Tournament of Power arc, it'll probably end too. It'll just take a little bit longer because the manga's, you know, way behind in the current chapter, which I might review that as well. Chapter 32, Goku and Frieza already had their fight, and at the end of the chapter, they're just about to start the Tournament of Power. They got all 10 of their people, so the tournament is just about to begin in the manga, so it'll be some time before the manga actually ends, but I doubt it'll go past the Tournament of Power. It'll have its own ending as well, and then if they decide to go back, maybe Toyotaro will come back and continue on, but that's where it stands right now. Let's just hope, too, that if they decide to continue on with Dragon Ball Super and we want more manga, that Toyotaro doesn't get wrapped up in another project, maybe his own manga or something like that, and then we won't be able to have a Dragon Ball Super manga, because the manga is incredible in and of itself, too. And again, overall thoughts, theories, speculations regarding Dragon Ball Super. It is indeed ending. Will it come back is the question mark right now, but I think we also need to enjoy Dragon Ball for what it's worth. You know, what we got left, we're mid-January, we have all the way through to the end of March. I say let's enjoy it, and you never know, there's still a movie, there's still many different things coming out for Dragon Ball. It'll probably come back with an anime at some given point, let's be honest here, or at the very least we'll have movies. But until that time, Dragon Ball Super's over. Let's carry on and have a great time with the series for what is left. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day.